Hi guys, welcome to the Kardavox Academy channel. My name is Verona. I'm a singer, songwriter, and vocal coach here at the Kardavox Academy. And for the last year and a half, I discovered the amazing Jansen. And I only listened to her in Nightwish. But then you told me, guys, that she had two previous bands. So she had Revamp right before Nightwish, but even before that, she was with the band After Forever, which is also a symphonic metal band. So I'm really excited to discover this. I never heard the song. It's she republished this music video a year ago on her personal YouTube channel, and it's the song Energize Me, but it's from 2007. So I'm really excited to hear that, to hear young Floor. So let's just dive in.
Energize me with a simple touch, or with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. It's not a fantasy, another mystery. It's just what I can feel. It's something I can see. It's like a memory and then a melody. It's just what we all know, and we all hear. I was blind, I was closed down, could not feel or set it free. Energize me with a simple touch.
Okay, wait. Before we get into the chorus, I just want to point out something. In my last video, it was Lantern Light. So one of the latest songs by Nightwish that came out, I think, last year, And I told you in my video that her lows were really rich and she sounded like an alto to me, from my ears, of someone who just discovered Jansen. And then in the comments, you guys were, I get it. You told me, no, she's not an alto, she's a soprano, na. And now, you know what? You're right. She's a soprano in After Forever, 100%. We should hear her lows. Of course, I'm in the point of view that it's mostly the lows that determine the register, but you could be an alto and having the highs as powerful and as clear as a soprano. It's mostly the reverse. Like a soprano doesn't have good lows. That's for a vocal coach. I did not used to think like that, okay? When I was classically trained, I didn't think that was how we would talk about the categories of vocal techniques. But then I met an amazing singer, and she told me, yes, I cannot go lower than an A, let's say an A3, and I was reaching a D3, or E3 really easily, and some other days D3, and she was like, that's why it's easy for me to sing higher. I just don't have lows. That's why I'm a soprano and you're not a soprano. And I thought I was a mezzo soprano or soprano, and I was like, oh, that's why it's harder for me to do the same songs as you, and it's easier for me to do like Adele stuff and things like that, Beyonce, or things that are really more for mezzo sopranos or altos that can go really high. So that was just my pointer regarding my previous video. But now that I'm hearing younger Floor, I gotta say her voice is really similar from what I'm hearing. She has the same highs today. It's crazy. And that's because she maintained them. You can lose your highs if you don't keep training. So it's amazing how she sounds pretty much the same in her highs so far. Okay, let's go check the chorus. Okay, well, please tell me in the comments other songs from After Forever that I should analyze, because wow, this is so good. Like, it's so catchy. Da, da, I love it. Love it. And again, let me just go quickly to like explain the vocal techniques she uses, because that's what we do here on the Kardavox Academy channel. Yeah, you see my face while I discover a new song, like a typical reaction video, but I also want to teach you a thing or two about vocal technique. She is blending her registers so well. Like her head voice is not too breathy, which makes it really blendable. Is that a word? I don't know. Blendable with her chest voice that is not too heavy either. So she's super fluid. Like she probably knows in her body, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna resonate more in my head, then back to the chest. No. And hearing her lower notes, I remove what I said. I think she's more as mezzo sopranos because she's pretty powerful in her. Like she has really a good depth, like she still has today. Maybe I think her sound is even rounder today. What do you think? Let me know. But she was already amazing there.
Energy, it's all around us too, electrifying you. So dare to set it free. This virtue is the key to something we are not and we all use. I can feel it's inside me. Open up, enlighten me. Energize me with a simple touch, with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. Energize me with a simple smile. Open up your mind. Energize me, activate the light that's giving and taking.
Sorry to get this guitar solo. Oh my god, that was so fun. The part which she like whoop, all of the music is removed. She's kind of in a back to her really light voice. Let me hear it again. And then surprise, back to my belting sound. Like where is
Energize me with a simple touch, with an
that? Definitely energized me. Oh yeah, 100%. Ah, that's so good. It's a nice arrangement thing, you know, like it really takes you by surprise. I love that. And then as the second chorus starts, that's the first like modification regarding the first chorus and the second one. And did you notice how like there are more harmonies coming in, higher harmonies? Did you hear them? Let's listen to them again.
energize me with a simple touch, with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. Energize me with a simple smile. Open up your mind. Energize me, activate the light that's giving and taking. Can you believe in the power that's burning between us? Would you believe if you opened up your mind? Open up your heart. Energize me with a simple touch, with an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. Energize me with a simple smile. Open up your mind. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning forever.
Girl, that was so good. And boys, like the arrangement was amazing. Okay, there's something I forgot to mention. I thought about it and I forgot to talk about it. And it's a small detail, but some of my students ask me how to do it, and it's pretty easy. So let me show you. I think it's the moment she comes with her new costume. Yes, I'm a girl. Yes, I noticed the costumes a lot. She does like a little constriction thing with her false vocal cords. Let's just hear it again.
This falling energy, it's all around us too, electrifying you. So dare to set
Oh, there were whispers there. I didn't notice them at first listen. Loved it.
it free. This virtue is the key to something we are not, and we all use. I can feel it's inside me. Open up.
Oh, okay, maybe it's before. Oh, yeah, it was before. Sorry. I mean, sorry, not sorry. It's just nice to listen to it again. I think it was the beginning of the second verse.
Energize me with a simple touch, or when an open heart. Energize me, fire up this flame that's burning between us. It lies in everyone, this falling energy. It's all around us too, electrifying you. So dare to set it free.
Ah, that was it. It was so subtle. I didn't hear it again. So,
So dare to set
did you hear that? Let's slow it down. I feel it's a nice touch because she was so clean from the beginning. She's just like, let's put a little dirt on there. Just a little.
electrifying you. So dare to set.
So really, I feel it's subtle, but like, okay, then maybe that was like too much for me to listen to the whole thing 3 times. But hey, you enjoyed it with me. I love it. It's a small detail, but I feel it kind of, because her voice could be classified like I'm from the pop world, okay, and sometimes. How could I say that? I have a classical background, just a little bit, 3 years, okay? Nothing more than jazz singing, which is really round as well and very agile and round and kind of soft too. And then when I entered the pop world, pop rock and just like top 40, just singing for the masses, I would say. Sometimes there are some producers in the studio, like when I wanted to do collabs with DJs and stuff, oh, you sound too classical. Me. So when I'm listening to, of course, it's symphonic metal. Of course, you guys like that it sounds a little bit classical, but like in my world, sometimes it's negative. Okay, so because it's not urban enough, whatever. So I personally really appreciate that she kind of she was all linking her words, which makes it a little classical inspired, and she goes into her head voice, and first verse she even had that vibrato going on a really high note. I forgot to stop again. There's just so many things to tell you. But then this little add of like bleh, it's like on the one word that would never be accepted, I think, in opera. You don't do that. You just don't. So I like that it just like comes and cuts it a little bit. And I think that's what I really love about symphonic metal, is this blend of rock voice with at the same time the perfect placement. She's not hurting herself. I mean, we know she still sounds as good or even better. I talked about it in my previous video with Amy Lee from Evanescence, a little bit the same as Floor in the sense that she was great, younger, obviously, but she's still great, and even greater, like even better. And that's how a good voice, it's like a good cheese or a good wine, it just keeps getting better with time. And but yeah, that song is so good. So good. Da, da, da. And I love the format. 3 minutes 11. I know you guys love really, really long songs. But I love that. Yes, it's symphonic metal, but like, it's verse, chorus, bridge. There's a guitar solo too. And then bam. There's even the key change. Did you notice the key change? Let's listen to it again. Did you hear that? Okay, sorry. I just listened to it again. So good. Okay, so what if you're someone who would like to try this song? Okay. How do I do that? How do I sing that? I would... Yes, it sounds like she's really loud. Okay. Like she's, whoa, it's a huge voice. It's like really huge in the mix, but I don't think she's that loud. Let me explain myself. She kind of is. It's a belt, but it's restrained, but in a good way, in a smart way. I'm having this conversation with a lot of students these days, and when we reduce the volume of their belt, it sounds amazing in a mic. It's more comfortable. You can go higher. You have more agility. It's less heavy. So try to belt, but without getting louder as you go higher. Okay, so what belt means, it's your talking voice, it's your chest voice, getting higher and higher, but try not to make it louder. Okay, so if you have a coach right now, or if you're working on your belting voice right now, let me know in the comments if you're able to achieve that. Are you able to compress your belt and try to not let it out too much, like a yell? She's not yelling, it's not a yelly belt. I covered people who have this yell type belt in other videos. That's not Floor Jansen. Her belt is so round at the same time, but at the same time has that shout / cry / emotion and power, but it's not yelled. So that's the balance you need to work on to have that type of belt. She kind of makes me in technique wise, I would say she's in the same category, same zone as Amy Lee from Evanescence. Yes, it's not like, compared to others, I don't feel they don't have the same technique at all. Okay, don't think that. It's just they're not as shouty as other people who belt. Okay, they're in like the round belt category, which is my favorite category. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Thank you for suggesting this to me. That was a good idea. And again, I feel that because she's now older, she is not just a mezzo-soprano anymore. She still has all of the highs and all of the perks of being a mezzo-soprano, but I think she's now entering the zone of being an alto. And some of you in the comments of the Lenten Line video told me that even her is surprised by her lows, right? It's like it's a new thing for her. And that's because of hormonal changes. But if you keep practicing your highs, you're not going to lose them. But you have to now. So it's kind of amazing when you really have a good technique and when you really take care of your voice, it just keeps getting better, actually. So yeah, that's something to be looking forward to. And also I have a lot of students recently that were really great singers in their 20s, 30s, and now they're 50s, 60s, and they're coming for singing lessons with me, and they're like, oh, I used to be able to do that note so high, so easily, so powerful, and so long, and to last very long. Now I cannot even last 3 seconds, 4 seconds. What's happening with me? And just consider, maybe it's hard to consider that from a 30-year-old, but I got stuff happening when I hit 25, hormonal stuff happening, okay? And it really affected my voice just 5-6 years ago, okay? At 24, I feel I was at my peak for my belting voice and my chest voice and then poof, something in my life, something in my health happened at 25. It really fucked up my hormones, okay? I got like reaction. It was like a testosterone. I was not balanced anymore because of a stress and a health issue that I had. It got all taken care of, but it affected my vocal cords, and now I have more lows than before. Then 2 years ago, I discover I'm doing acid reflux. This was really hard on my vocal cords too. And it kind of made me sing more towards my lower registers because my highs, it was just so, there was so much inflammation. But now, no, it's all good. But it's just like, long story short, life happens on your body, okay? And you have to take care of your voice. And also you have to accept that there are hormonal changes happening. Us women, it's around, 25, 30, because we're supposed to have kids and stuff. And then when you have kids, there's another hormonal changes. I don't have kids, but like my friends who just got kids, it actually helped their voice. That's a good thing. But yeah, they had like hormonal changes that affected their voice. And then you have the premenopause and you have the menopause. So there are seasons in your vocal journey. And for male, of course, the first thing is when you're a teenager, right? You used to sing like a little angel up there and then the lows just appeared. This is really brutal. But you can get your highs again. I have this little teenager boy. He was with me like at 12, 13 for like during the school year. I don't see him during the summer. And then it's September. Oh my God. He was not this little high tenor anymore, almost soprano. He was like this baritone bass guy in 2-3 months. It was crazy. So he was so sad. He lost his highs. But I said, hey, buddy, it's okay. We're going to gain them back, but in another strategy because your body's just not the same. We cannot have the same way of attacking the notes and of doing them as before. So same thing for my older students that come back 50 years old, 60 years old, and they're like, hey, in my 20s, 30s, I was able to do that way. I'm like, I get it. But now your body has changed. For example, people gained weight, or they lost their cardio, they smoke for 30 years. There's like, they had a surgery. There's so much stuff happening on your vocal health. You need to take your voice as it is today, in the present moment, what it needs for, of course, your long-term goals and also your midterm goals and short-term goals. So, okay, that's it. That was a big speech, but if you're listening towards the end, it's because you're kind of interested with vocal technique and how to sing. And just know that, yes, we can. I'm pretty sure we can get back your voice how it was, or close, by having maybe different strategies, though. But I do that every day with students. And just know that most of my students are not kids. They're adults. Older adults. So 30, 40, 50, 60, even 70. So it's like there's no age if you want to start having singing lessons. The link is below. We have a membership that has a lot of perks. It's really fun. Or you can also buy just lessons, traditional way. You book them whenever you want, each week, every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever. So it's all on our website. All right, that's it for me. Thank you, Jansen, for your beautiful art, for your beautiful voice. After Forever, that was a great band. Loved it. Loved the musical composition. And let me know in the comments what I should cover next. All right, guys. See you. Ciao.